Hi guys, welcome to Gone Fishing. What we're going to do today, I'm going to show you how to make my conger rig from the shore, the basic conger rig. I mean, there's any amount that you can use, different rigs. This is the one I like to use, especially when I'm fishing off piers and such, because there's no real need for casting, you know, you're dropping pretty much straight down the edge. It's a basic rig, it's basically a running ledger rig. There's a tiny little improvisation that I've learned over the years that helps, because obviously you're fishing into rough ground, but I'll come to that in a minute. I'm going to show you what components we use, how to tie it. Doesn't take long. Here we go. Firstly, the rig body. Now I use £50 Asso Classic. It's just, in my opinion, a brilliant line. It's soft, it's supple, it's extremely strong though, but it's actually quite a low diameter as well. I mean, if I'm fishing with a multiplier, I use this as a shock leader. It's just brilliant. It's a great line, and it's quite cheap as well. It's only about $5.99, I think it is, a spool. I mean, I get mine from Fishing Republic. I think it's $5.99 a spool. You might find it cheaper, but you know, support your local tackle shops. Snood, the hook length. Go for something thick, very thick. I've seen people use strimmer cord before now. You know, it works. If it works for you, it works. This is Ultimate Power. Now, it does say £70 on that, but it's actually not. It's an old actual spool. This is £120 mono. It's quite thick. I've never had a conger bite through that. Never. I'm sure if I hooked into a huge conger, they might do, but that's, you know, it's £120 and I can't bite through it. That's what I use on the snood. Now for rig components, it's very basic. We've obviously got hooks, they're 6/0s, swivels, little bait clips there. Now I'll show you what they're for shortly. You can use just a basic snap swivel if you want. Let me put some here. You can use a basic snap swivel if you want, and clip your weight straight onto that. There is another way that I use, especially if you're fishing rough ground, involving the little bait clips. But I'll come to that. What we do, obviously, you don't want your rig body too long. Now that's probably 2'6", thereabouts. Conger are very delicate biters most of the time. You know, they'll peck at a bait and just manoeuvre it, and the bites sometimes can be unbelievably tame, like so timid it is unreal. So it's good to have a bit of movement, so the conger doesn't feel the weight of the actual weight itself. Now the knot that I use, I believe it's a grinner knot. What you do, you get your line like that, you pinch it, you go around your finger twice, and you'll end up with a loop like that. And what you do is back through both those loops like that, and gently pull it, moisten it, and just pull it down. And that's the knot we use, or I use. Now that knot, you can go around 3 times if you want, you can go around 4. I generally find that 2 is enough. It's a very small compact knot that usually, can't promise every time, but usually it won't slip. I mean, you can see how small that is. Then what we do, there's a little bait clip and a swivel. What we do, we clip that on there like that. So that's what you've got. You swivel at the bottom, but your swivel will actually be at the top, like that. You get your rig body, just put one bead on, like that, and then the swivel like that. So you've got that. And then one more bead either side. Dead simple. Then you get your other swivel. The same knot again, I'll show it here again. And you go round your finger twice. Pinch it. And then you come back through both of those loops. Like that. And you just gently pull it snug. Try and pull the rig body and the tag end at the same time if you can. And then give it a wet. There you go. Like I say, that won't slip. And trim the tag end off. So you basically, you've got that, swivel that end, that's running up and down nice and free, and then you've got to swivel that end. Now there is the reason why that is that way round, I will show you in a second. Get your snood. Now for the snuds, I generally only go 10 inches tops, maybe 12. The reason being, if this rig's going to snap, it will snap at a weak point, which generally is the knot. Knots are usually the weak point on a rig. Now if it snaps at that knot, and you've got your hook and your tag end here, the conger is only going to drag that much line round, because it does happen. I've known it happen. It's not dragging too much. It's not dragging too much excess line round with it. It's not going to get tangled up, restrict the conger's movement, and eventually kill the conger. You know. So I try to keep that as short as possible. Because the other thing is as well, you don't really want to be leaving the bait long enough for the conger to swallow the hook right down. You do try. You know. We'll show you this in the video where we are actually fishing for conger. There's only going to be, by the time the hook's tied, it's only going to be about that long. You don't, if the conger swallows the hook down, I mean, if it swallows, you know, 8 inches of line, you've left the bait, you've let the bite develop far too long. I'll show you how to tie this one. It's exactly the same knot. Like I say, I do believe it's a grinner knot. It might not be, but I believe it is called a grinner knot. Just round the line again. So you've got that, and as you've got that, just pinch it through both eyes like that. Moisten it, give it a pull. Well, that line's kinked there, but it doesn't matter too much. Now for the hook, it's just a 6/0 hook. You can use all sorts of different hooks. Sakuma do mantras, they're quite good hooks. They're very good hooks. Me personally, I like something a bit beefier. You know, I can't remember the exact name and model of this number, the model and number of this particular hook. It's generally one I use for ling on the boats, but I also find it works well for conger because it's a very, very, very strong hook. It won't bend. You've got more chance, really, of snapping the line than you have bending the hook out of a snag. Now, for tying the hook on, a lot of people use a half blood knot. Again, I use the same knot there on that as I've used there. What we do, again, pinch it like that, go around your finger twice, back through the loops and make a pig's ear of it. Try that again. Do the eye of the hook. Down the main line, through the loop, and then like that. That knot is not going to snap. Now, if you look, you've got the tag end there. What I tend to do with these is I don't trim the tag end down all the way. Just leave a bit sticking out. And what you find is, whatever bait you're using, whether it be squid, mackerel, flappers, anything like that, that tag end, it just stops the bait sliding back down the hook too much. Just find it helps a little bit. So that basically is your conger rig. Now, I'll show you the reason why we've got that link there upside down. That rig in total is probably 3 foot. The snuds, again, maybe 8 inches. You've got that. And that it just offers no resistance at all. When the conger does pick the bait up, it won't feel any resistance from the weight. Now, the reason we've got this tied the wrong way around. Now, most of you, I'm sure you've heard of rotten bottom rigs. So what we do is we get a weaker line. Now, in this case, I'm going to be using Daiwa sensor, say £18, £20. You cut a length off. What you do is you tie it to that. Doesn't matter what knot you use, because it's a rotten bottom, it's a weak link. If it gets snagged up, this will snap before any of this. I'm just going to do a half blood knot on this one. And then back through there, like so. Pull it all tight. Trim the tag end off. Now you've got that. You're left with that. Okay. Now, again, I don't like to leave that weak link too long. I like it quite close to the bottom. Again, the reason being, if the rig should snap, if it snaps up at this end, where your main line's attached, it's not going to be towing. The conger's not going to be towing masses of line around. So I try and keep this quite short. The thing is as well, it keeps it quite hard to the deck, quite hard to the sea bottom. Now, what I do here is just tie a loop, just an overhand loop. Doesn't need to be anything fancy. Just like that. You've got a loop there. Now I trim this tag end off here. I wouldn't advise you use your teeth, I'm doing it more just for ease than anything. Now, there's your weight. All I do is thread it through the eye, just like so. Bring it back over the bottom and back up like that. So you are left with that. Now, the reason that bait clip is upside down is because what you do is you hook the eye of the weight, onto the bait clip. like so. And then what you're left with is that. Now that you can cast out, because there's no, if you try and cast a 6 ounce weight with 20 pound line, that will snap. It's dangerous. You'll lose weights. You are likely, if there's anybody else fishing with you, you're likely to hurt them if it goes wrong. So if you clip that onto there like that, then what you find is that will cast, but as soon as it hits the water, it releases. Dead simple. Cheap, simple and effective. Now that is all I use for conger. As I said, that runs up and down, the conger doesn't feel any resistance. Simple. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. Any questions, feel free to comment in the comment section. If there's anything else you'd like to know, the knots or anything, again, feel free to comment. Or if you're on Facebook, again, feel free to comment and ask. Thanks very much.